Hi YouTube. I had a freelance project come my way and I decided to give AI solutions a real serious try for those of you out there curious about how AI can be used today by professionals in the creative industry in a very practical way. If you've been following me, you know that I am brutally honest about new tech, to the point people in the comments will try to point out reasons to pick my logic apart, but I don't sugarcoat things and I never market things that don't actually work and make a difference. So let's jump right into this project. The objective was to make a poster for a local restaurant featuring a weekly DJ. I had minimal text, just 2 photos and a company logo, which you can see here. For me, the hardest part always starts here. The blank canvas with little guidance. What color should I use? What font goes best? What's a nice layout? What kind of style is relevant to this kind of industry and what's going on now in the industry? It usually involves hours and sometimes days of researching the subject, the latest styles, trying different fonts and color combinations. All of this costs time and your client money, unless of course you're a legendary tier designer who just happens to have an internal library of amazing designs waiting to come out. It's going to be work to get that right look. And I have a million other things on the go. I design maybe once or twice a year like this. Most of my references are dated. So enter Midjourney and Stable Diffusion type AI art generators. While Midjourney may not claim to be Stable Diffusion, it certainly has some type of proprietary version of it built in it. It works like this. For $10 a month, you're given a certain amount of processing power time to generate your images. And you can see people here live generating their images through text prompts. To generate images, you go to their Discord page like this, or you sync their bot up to your own Discord page and you ask it to create something for you using the text field at the bottom. While we're on that topic, if you want to connect with me personally, I'll be posting a link in this video description to a new Discord server that I run called Ontario Studios. It's a place for creative individuals living in Ontario, Canada, to collaborate on projects just like this, or just to learn from local talent. If you're from outside Ontario, you're welcome to join too. You just may not benefit from the local proximity of joining certain types of in-person projects. Anyways, feel free to come by and say hi. So for this poster, in the text prompt area, I typed in / imagine a creative poster for a fun modern restaurant bar advertising their weekly DJ guest host. So I'm still new to text prompt type workflows, but I've been playing with it long enough to know that you have to give it some kind of special descriptor text to guide it to giving you more specific results. So I specifically chose the word modern because I wanted something clean and refreshing to use, like the latest creative looks. I also asked it to focus on advertising the DJ and not the restaurant, because he or she would be the focus of the advertising. I also wanted it to be fun, something with color, artistic and flair, and eye-catching. And the way it works is like this. It spits out just 4 designs that are usually quite different, but sharing similarities based off of your text, different approaches. And you can see it did that. They're all modern in some way, and they all feature DJs of some type. Perfect. But the yellow one here stood out to me immediately, and it caught my eye because the black and white image was strikingly similar to my client asset, an easy match to plug and play. So I quickly made the decision to go with that one and run with it. In Discord, you can ask it to fully render a selection using the upscale or U icons, or V icons for another creative variant you want of the same selection, something close but not perfect. And I'll tell you now that by the final version, I ended up utilizing the border of this image, the background color, the text positioning, pretty much verbatim. If it ain't broke, just don't fix it. What did need fixing, obviously, was the copy. Midjourney always tends to spit out gibberish text, reinforcing my point in an earlier video about AI that it's not replacing designer jobs anytime soon. And the overall size was unusable. You can see here, its actual 100% scale on the design size that I need to print The pixel format image would never be as crisp as a proper scalable vector-like text that InDesign can do. The image was also an issue. As much as I loved the close-out look that the Midjourney image gave me, the subject in my image had its head cut off, so I couldn't close crop the top. But also the edges just weren't really clearly defined. They were shot on completely different backgrounds. And worse, my image was extremely low res, suffering from very high compression. It would never print well. And I needed to reach out for new photography, or worse, request a photo shoot to do myself. Or was there another answer? Within just a few minutes of Google searching, I was running a test on remini.ai, and I was completely sold by their preview. On the left, you have the supplied image that I just showed you, and on the right is the AI output by Remini. It's just showing you a preview. It not only could double the image resolution, but it literally recreated aspects of the face that did not exist. So here is the low-res image supplied to me, and here is Remini AI a little bit up closer. You could see that it's completely recreated some of the facial hair and the eye details in the iris and the eyebrow, textures in the headphones. Really quite unbelievable results. What an amazing technology. It blew other competitors that I was trying at the same time out of the way, like Topaz Labs. It was zero comparison. So much so, in fact, that it kind of exposed Topaz Labs AI advertising as complete marketing BS. It really wasn't doing anything other than just sharpening the existing image. Nothing new was coming to play that was intelligent in any way. In the end, I avoided a reshoot for just $20 US, and that purchase also gave me another 20 uses in the future on different jobs. That's pretty amazing. So my solution was to use the image square cropped instead and see how that ended up looking in the design from there. The next challenge was the restaurant logo, also unusable by print standards, but this was vector artwork, and I just happened to have another AI resizer website open called bigjpeg.com. It was able to resize my image with AI, double the size, but I was able to select the image type called artwork, which made all the difference. The result was indistinguishable from a vector pixel export at that size. It was perfect for the size on the page as I needed it, and best of all, it's completely free. There were larger sizes available that would have required a purchase if you're curious, but this was all that I needed. Lastly, I found fonts in my library similar to the Midjourney design, and I tried to adapt the graphic styling at the bottom using vector shapes, keeping things even more minimal. And I left space for client additions, and it ended up being approved almost completely right here at this stage. So I was able to use AI technology 3 times successfully in areas that I either lacked available time and creative ability, or help reach the technical specs required for such a large print, all for about $30 US. And some of that purchase would be reusable for 10 to 20 other jobs just like it. So I don't feel this video at all contradicts my previous video about Midjourney. That app is currently in a state completely useless for completing a job like this at the size and details that I needed it. It couldn't put text in my layout where I wanted it. It didn't know the exact image that I needed and how to apply different creative based on its shortfalls. It just understood the general assignment and was an invaluable tool in establishing a creative look and feel within seconds. Perhaps I got a bit lucky with this one, but I will no doubt be using this technique again, and I really wanted to share this with you, art directors out there or creative content creators who are curious about AI technology and how it's being used right now, this very minute. The sugarcoating on top of all this is that the intro and outro music for this video were also created by AI generation by the website moobert.com. You just pick a track on YouTube and you give it sort of a text prompt or a link prompt in a way, and you can select the mood and the type, and it gives you a virtually new song based off of that style right away. And even the keywords in my videos, starting from my last one uploaded, were completely generated by OpenAI's ChapGPT with such great success. that my last video was the most successful video to date in the last 28-day span as far as viewership is concerned, and that probably had a huge help in it. I just surpassed 1,000 subscribers, gaining over 120 in the last 28 days span. So thank you to all the new members joining Demand Digital. Thank you, and see you again.